Hey guys, welcome back to A2 Heroes. This is Black Dragon and Pink Firefly by Caleb Jones. It's a set of graphic novels with sex, violence, and sharp wit. We've already gone over some of this before. It's a new set of graphic novels that are really mature, but have no wokeism, no girl bosses, no left-wing bullshit, no right-wing bullshit, no socialism, no feminism, no puritanical right-wing stuff, no lecturing, alright? Just a sprawling ensemble of characters you'll actually care about, who are flawed, fascinating, and unforgettable. So last video we went over some of the chapters and the characters that are going to be in this story. You can already see some of them right here to the right. We have Pink Firefly and Black Dragon, our titular characters. We have Baby Zora and Larry as well. Warforged, very cool. So this is a comic book series that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months by Caleb Jones. And they're going to be digital comics that are available. This is like a life work of his that he's poured his entire soul into for the last several years. And it's the opposite of everything that Hollywood is offering these days. Each graphic novel is going to include approximately 5 chapters, and each chapter is roughly equivalent in size to a floppy comic, which is about 20 to 25 pages per chapter. That means that each graphic novel will be around 100 pages. Alright. Chapters 1 to 34 have already been written. So the first 34 chapters have already been written, with chapters 35 to 53 having been outlined. So the next 18 chapters have been outlined. And below here on this page, you can look and see some of the gorgeous cover art for many of the issues that will be coming out. There's already 9 designed cover arts for all of these. I really like issue number 4, issue number 5, and issue number 6. I like issue number 7 and issue number 8. Very cool. Looks like the front page. Princess of Jeslam right here. So I already did a video where I went over each and every one of these issues in detail in the cover art and talked about all of the features, the details, the artwork, and things like that. You guys can check that out on my channel, but I might do that again in the future if you guys really want one. So these are digital graphic novels, initially released as graphic novel volumes. Volume 1 to 5 will be issues 1 to 5, while volume 2 will be issues 6 to 9, and so on. Each story arc is around 20 to 25 issues, or about 4 to 5 graphic novel volumes. It's digital only for now, and instant access anywhere in the world at very low prices. So printed versions coming later. So I like that. If it's digital, you can instantly access it from anywhere in the world without any issues, shipping or taxes or stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to having these digitally. I'm going to order them and go over them on my channel here, talking about them in detail, and really looking forward to the story. The characters, there's a sprawling ensemble that you'll actually care about. It's filled with flawed, fascinating, and unforgettable characters. There are a lot more characters in the story than what we've been shown below here. These are just like the teasers that we've been given so far. So we have Black Dragon and Pink Firefly. I love their outfit. I love their design. Then we have Larry and Baby Zora. Really nice. Then we have Butternut and Rosalind Shadowshield. Very cool. Then we have Queen Strang and Princess of Jeslam. I like that. Very nice. And Barlow the Abundant. He's like a wizard or a mage. And Matron Sindrith. Oh, she's cool. She's like a sorceress of some sort. Then we have Fuzzlewax, the wizard or the mage. And White Dragon, the antagonist. I really like White Dragon. He's cool. We have Dark Firefly as well. White Dragon's companion. She's really cool. I like her artwork a lot. I like her design. She looks like a tiefling or a succubus of some sort. Very, very nice. We have Olindris, the wood elf or the wood nymph. We have Brune Kroll, the werebear, or the badass, really. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of these characters. I've gone over each and every single one of them in detail on prior videos, delving into their details, their history, their race, their origins, their class, talking about their personality and their goals, and things like that. So check that out, and I'm willing to go over them again as well. I can't wait for these comics to come out, because you can then really see a lot of these characters and what they offer. Like Draven Goldsunder. He's a human warrior from the Kingdom of Clor. Draven Goldsunder is the chief strategist for the King of Clor, and he's for all intents and purposes the true power behind the throne. He's intelligent, strong, powerful, resourceful, clever, and quick to anger. His master plan involves securing all land in and around Clor and then attacking the larger neighboring kingdom of Zorath. Very cool. His companion is Darcis, though he beds other women when he takes him, including the queen herself. Nice. So powers and abilities. He's a powerful warrior, famed throughout the kingdom for his prowess. He can summon his magical sword, shield, and other items of sorcery at will by storing them in a pocket dimension. That's nice. I really like that power. That's one of my favorite superpowers. Having like a hidden compartment to keep your gear and weapons. That makes you really cool in my opinion. He can astral project his consciousness, leaving his body for a time, and is able to see and communicate with others in his astral form hundreds of miles away, though his body is vulnerable whenever he does this. Exactly. So that's something that you're gonna have to watch out for. He can float around in like the ethereal realm, but his body's still stuck in the material realm. He commands a group of capable warriors and spies, as well as holding no command over the king's royal guard. So he's a spy master, and he's like a battle master as well. Commands a group of capable warriors and spies. So probably got like 10 to 20 spies and like 40 to 50 warriors, and then the king's royal guard too as well. That's crazy. That's really crazy. I like that. So I went over Draven Goldsunder in detail before. Went over Darcis as well. We're gonna go over the video later on another day that Caleb Jones released, describing his idea in his comic book world. This is a really cool video. I love watching this. I get hyped just listening to it. So I come back and listen to it from time to time. Maybe I'll do a reaction to this video another day when you guys want. I'll see if I can get that in the works. It'd be really cool to have you guys listen in on this and see all what he's offering you, what he's bringing to the table, his pitch, and his promises. There's a lot of things that he really wants to go over and explain to the audience so that you know what you're getting into. You know the value of what he's offering here. Really cool artwork. With great story structure, great progression, great climaxes, great sex scenes, great world building. And it's different from anything you've ever seen in your life. Okay? It's different from anything you've ever seen in your entire life. There's no story like this out there. This is something that he's promising off the bat, and I believe him. I think you should really get this comic book series and check it out for yourself. I've already joined the waiting list on the website. I'm going to put the link in the video description, but it's a2heroes.com. I've already joined the waiting list myself, and I'm going to be informed when it drops. So I'm really excited for that. And apparently you can also become a writer in this world as well. I don't quite know how, but you can become a writer in this world. That's an amazing opportunity. For someone like me, that is a God-sent opportunity. I love that. I would be honored and completely enthralled if I could be a writer in this world and contribute to his creative vision and be able to express my creative ideas as well, flex my creative muscles, and offer a little something to the story. That, like, comics like this are important because they're already bringing back what we love most about stories. No wokeism, no girl bosses, no preaching, no left-wing bullshit, no right-wing bullshit, no modern, postmodern BS, none of that. But then it's also small and grassroots enough that the readers, the viewers, the audience can have an impact on the direction of the story. You get like the best of both worlds. Big corporations and Hollywood studios would never do this. They would never do this. They would never respect you like this. They'll never respect your time like this. They'll never give you an unadulterated comic or story that doesn't preach at you and woke scold you the entire time, and then also simultaneously allow you to contribute to that world, that vision. They want you to remain forever outside. They want you to remain forever beyond and beneath them, all right? But Caleb Jones is inviting you in to be with him and be a writer in this world, and offering that you can get free stuff from him, incentives. That's very smart. That's very smart of him. Incentivize people if you want them to do things. I would love to see some of those incentives, and I'll be bringing that to you when he releases them. It's going to be incredible to see what he's offering people. Just the opportunity to be a writer in this world is already, for someone like me, is already an incentive enough, right? For someone like me, just being able to talk with the artists, talk with the writers, talk with the story designers and the storyboard artists, and tell them this is what I want, this is what I like, this is the plot, I have these characters that I'll love to see. Because I have my own mini stories that I write from time to time based off of games and ideas that I have from like childhood, you know. I have my own narratives and private stories that I enjoy for myself. So it'd be really cool if some of the more polished ones could be prepped for public enjoyment. That'd be amazing. Could write a set of novels just based on them. Because you could probably do short ones where they're just quick in and out, back and forth, and you could do long ones. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I'm really ecstatic and excited for this. How sex scenes are handled, he goes over that and he talks about it. I love this. Very cool stuff. Very nice. Incredible art. Incredible design. It's Alpha Male 2.0. The volume dialed all the way up. So this is something that he talks about all the time. Alpha Male 2.0. Living a lifestyle where you're non-reactive and you're in control. You've reclaimed your personal sovereignty. That's an amazing thing. In this story, the men will have long-term sexual relationships with multiple women, and it's presented as a good thing. So he's not puritanical, he's not religious, he's not right-wing, he's not ideological. No. He's going down the natural path. He's showing the natural way. I really respect that. Stories nowadays are way too puritanical and goody two-shoes. I don't like that. I want him to be like Riddick, where at the end of the movie, Vin Diesel was chilling on the throne with a whole bunch of honeys around him, because he just took over the empire. Like, that's how it should be. Not just random sex all over the place. It actually makes sense. Exactly. Not like these TV shows you watch, which are just sex filled and stupid. And they just have random people having sex all of a sudden 2 seconds after meeting each other. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, very briefly after meeting, they just start having sex, or in the middle of a fight, they start kissing, or like, or running away from a bad guy. They start saying, I love you. It's just like, come on. There's a time and place for it. Don't just put it all over. It's based on real life relationships, so it's grounded. This is something that, even though it's set in a fantasy world, it's still based on real life dynamics. So it's going to be something that will be actually educative and instructive in a sense. So, and the biggest, most important part for me that really brings me to this comic book series here is that the entire story is written in advance. The entire story. Not part of it, not some of it, not most of it. The whole of it. The entire story is written in advance. That's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. No woke influence whatsoever. This is different from anything you've ever seen. How many stories can you say that of in the modern age? No woke influence whatsoever. None. Zero. All right. Men and women romance. No Mary Sue characters. Just good, wholesome, organic writing. No forced plot contrivances. No ideological checklists. No like representation. Like, no. Just good, straight, clean storytelling. No more, no less. That's really important for the modern age and where we are right now in culture and life. Just good, wholesome, clean storytelling. No more and no less. So goals and how you can join us. I think this is something that really caught my attention. He says, I'm going to do everything in my power to make these graphic novels good and cheap and easy to buy. All right. But my audience is not big enough to hit the numbers we need. At least I don't think so. So this means I need your help to hit these numbers so we can make this into something really amazing. Hell yeah. I'm going to give you massive incentives to spread the word about these graphic novels. Hell yeah. I'm down for that. I'm here spreading the word, spreading the gospel. I already went and told my D&D group. I already went and told my friends. I already called up my buddies and sent them the videos. Like, I've already told the personal people in my life. Now I'm taking it a step further and telling the people on the internet. Right? I'm going out and letting people know that something great is coming. Like a brand new work of art that could really revolutionize the landscape is coming. And you should know about it. You heard it here first. All right, so he's going to give massive incentives to spread the word about these graphic novels so that people can know, so that it reaches critical mass. All right, guys, from what I gather, this is something that is a pure passion project for him and is not in any way designed to be profitable, right? It's not designed to be a profit-seeking venture. It's a it's a work of art. It's a story. He's a businessman by trade. So he does serious work, but this is something that has always resonated with him since childhood because he grew up with movies in the 70s and 80s that really covered a lot of these themes but faded out over time. And as he grew up and aged, it was hard to find those stories anymore. They just don't make him like they used to. And so he's really near the end of his career and about to wrap up. And so he's putting all his energy, all his creative vision, all his muster into one project that he can just push out and have people really enjoy, adore, and admire. So this is something that is a personal passion project for Caleb. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more from him on that. I'm going to let you guys know what the incentive is. So he wants you to be a part of this world, right? Number one, he wants you to write for this world. Number two, he wants you to be involved in the elements of this world. Number three, he wants you to spread the word about this world. I'm going to be doing that. Absolutely. I'll be making videos and shorts and updates and news about this world, the people, the things, the characters, the events, the themes, all that sort of stuff. I'm really excited and really looking forward to it. He wants you to have a say in the direction and outcome of this world. Exactly. To have a say. Doesn't mean you get to design everything ahead of time. He's already written a lot of it ahead of time. But based on the viewer feedback and input, he wants us to be able to shift the story in a direction that the audience would like, that people would really resonate with, that people would really admire and want to be a part of if they were given a chance. So this is why this is a wonderful, once in a lifetime opportunity. What other story do you know out there where the readers can create it in real time, right? Where they can really contribute on a deep level and be part of the creative process of the author. And the author has already done a lot. He's already done a lot with the art, the artists, the writing, the scripting, the storyboarding, the design, all that stuff, right? He says it right here. I don't care about revenue, just units sold. Doesn't care about revenue. This is not a revenue generating project. This is not a profit generating project. All right. This is something that is here for impact. This is pure impact that we're going for. So it's all dependent on critical mass. If we hit certain numbers, then we will invite you guys to write your own stories and characters in this world. I'm so excited for that. I want this to hit critical mass so that people like me, people like you can actually go in there and write things that are not woke, not idealistic, not socialist, not left-wing, not right-wing, not religious, not puritanical, not any of that stuff. Just good, wholesome, clean, crisp, masculine storytelling. That's a really cool thing I want. If we hit certain numbers, then we can create other graphic novel titles for other characters, exactly, like spin-offs and stuff for other people. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see some of that. You can do audio dramas, do an animated series. That'd be nice. I would love to do audio dramas. I would love to be one of the audio performers for the audiobooks. If this ever gets made into an audiobook, I would be so honored to be one of the people who voices, I don't know, a character or something. Even just reading the credits. I will read the credits, okay? And I'll be happy with that. But that'd be really cool. Do an animated series. That'll be amazing. Oh, that would be amazing. And I think it can happen. It's just like Invincible. All right? It's just like Invincible. It's literally just like Invincible. It started off as a comic book series. It grew critical mass. People really liked it. It was a subversion of the superhero genre. It turned around a lot of the stuff that people didn't really like anymore. It gave it a fresh new twist and breathed into it new life and presented itself with earnest wholesomeness. And it really caught on. People really loved it. People really took to it. People really followed it and shared it and spread it and just appreciated it. And as a result, it grew such a critical mass and such a significance and such a army of fans that they had enough motion, they had enough momentum to approach Amazon, I believe, and convert it into a movie. And that's the thing about all these streaming platforms and things like that. They're too scared to innovate. They're too cowardly to innovate and make something new. I get it, it's expensive and it's risky, but they're too scared to be the person who charts a new course, all right, and pioneers a new idea. But they'll happily buy it once you yourself do it with your friends. They'll happily buy it off of you and your friends when you take the risk to innovate and develop something and gather a fan base and get people behind you and really show that it has value. When they see fans around something, that's when they get interested. That's when they know that, oh, okay, maybe we can give you a $20 million advance. Maybe we can prototype the first season. All right, maybe we can form a collaboration, a partnership. Then all those words start coming out. But you got to do the work yourself. They'll never be the one to make anything new or original or non-derivative. Look at it when they try. All right, look at it when they try. I hate to say it, but Supergirl just came out, and that movie was an absolute embarrassment. A2 heroes, Black Dragon and Pink Firefly, are the exact opposite of Supergirl. They respect your intelligence, they respect your time, they respect your worth, and they respect the story. All right? So no Mary Sues. No Mary Sues. Supergirl can't say that. It's very unfortunate, but this is the first live stream. Very cool. Black Dragon and Pink Firefly graphic novels, live stream number 1. We're going to go into detail on this in the future and really talk about it. There'll be additional live streams over the next few weeks, so just check back here for more details. You can go to the website. I'm going to drop that below in the video. And yeah, we're going to really break this down. This is an hour and 42 minutes. It's like crazy long. It's a crazy long live stream. So me breaking it down and watching it and discussing it with you guys would be like a 2-hour, 3-hour movie. And I'd love to do that with you guys. That'd be amazing. And then the map here, I was going to go over this episode, but I didn't really have some time. I recommend you guys to take your time to really delve into it and see what it offers. Very cool design. This is the map of the A2 Heroes world. And to the north, you have the Tarlum Wastes and the Sea of Ice to the northeast. And you have the point of interest, Slagus, south below that. In between the Tarlum Waste and the Storm Mirror Lake, you have plains. So the Storm Mirror Lake, it leads in from the sea, or maybe it leads out to the sea, one or the other, but it's connected to the sea through this narrow path. And you have Lee Kai to the west over here, to the northwest, Lee Kai, which is also a desert land. The Titan's Maw, very nice. And to the very west, to the extreme west, you have the Rift Spine Mountains, which act as a natural barrier, a natural fortification on this continent, preventing land-ins and things like that. Then you have Night Nail as well. Very cool. Very cool. That looks like a fort that defends a passageway between the Rift Spine Mountains and the outside world. And it prevents invaders or explorers from exploring too far deep into land. Then you have Rhetoric as well. You have Slagus to the northeast, and you have Rhetoric to the southwest. Then you have Hathzir Wood, so that's a forest of sorts. Maybe like Sherwood Forest, but that's Hathzir Wood. I'm sure there's lots of elves and gnomes and sprites and things around there in Hathzir Wood. Looking forward to seeing more of that. And then we have Rabaton. Rabaton, that's another point of interest. That's our third point of interest. We had Slagus as our first, Rhetoric as our second, and Rabaton as our third. I don't know what that is. An outpost, a village, a settlement, a town. I don't know. Maybe it's an outpost just based on where they're placed. I don't think they'll have cities in the middle of the desert, but I could be wrong. Then we have Zorath, the region of Zorath. We have the region of Clor to the west, which contains these 4 notable locations: Night Nail, Rhetoric, Hathzir Wood, and Rabaton. And then we have Zorath to the east, which contains these 4 points of interest. We have Ameth City, very cool. Looks like a fort, not like a fortress, but like a castle. Looks like a castle. So lots of trade and taverns and things going on. Then we have Mushroom Forest. Nice. That's going to be really cool to see. I'm looking forward to checking out Mushroom Forest, seeing all sorts of trippy mushrooms in there, and all sorts of dangerous monsters. Then we have the Harpin grasslands, very nice. I like grasslands. These are plains, much better than the desert. Then we have Tlangith, which is right on the edge of the main continent, the southernmost point of the main continent. We have Tlangith, very cool. And to the west of Tlangith, before we leave the continent and go into the Strait of Gales, we have the Bright Steel Point of Interest, and it's right at the junction of a river, so it's got to be a town. It's got to be a town of some sort. It's right at the junction of a river, and it feeds in from the oceans from behind the mountain pass here. So Bright Steel. So you could probably take a boat out here too as well. Who knows if you'll actually make it, but beneath Bright Steel to the south you have Oron, the region of Oron, and the region of Oron has Sunspar, a castle at the southernmost tip. So this is the most southern location, point of interest, destination that you can reach on the main continent. Sunspar is the southernmost, and Titan's Maw is the northernmost, and they're both on the western side of the map. That's cool. And after crossing the Strait of Gales, you're gonna reach the land of Jeslam. So this is where the Princess of Jeslam and Queen Thrang and like all that sort of stuff comes from. That's really cool. And Gold Sunder and all of them. This is probably where they're based out of. You have the Jeslam port, which is also another castle ripe for trade and market and navigation and festivities and restaurants and all sorts of stuff, like a major city right there on the coast. Imagine any coastal city. And then you have the Shibboleth Forest. The Shibboleth Forest, huge forest. It looks like it's a lot bigger than the Hathzir Forest, just based on representation. Maybe the Hathzir Forest is, not that thick, not that dangerous, but the Shibboleth Forest is incredibly thick, incredibly dangerous. That's terrible, holy. And then you have the Narusk. The Narusk is a point of interest in a location as well here. That's very cool. I'm going to see what Narusk is about when more information comes out. And I'm going to make a tabulated list of all the locations and points of interest here so we can have a quick reference. And then south of the Shibboleth Forest and Narusk, we have the Ghost Willow, which is the Ghost Willow Forest. This is interesting. It's got to be a magical forest of sorts. Holy. And then you have a sea monster, like a sea serpent, over here to the west. So these waters are traveled by monstrous creatures. We have like a sea king or like a leviathan over here. Holy, okay, that's kind of cool. And then we have Dusk Gate all the way to the west over here, south and west, which is another point of interest. So there's 2 points of interest so far in Jeslam. We have Zenog to the westernmost point, and then to Samask, to Samaskuk. That's pretty cool. Then you have the outer sea to the west over here, and then you have the inner sea to the east over here. You have a mountain range going along the western spine of Jeslam. That's very cool. I like this map. I really like this map a lot. I love what they've done with it. I love the attention to detail. I love the names and locations, the places, the colors. I'm excited to see the peoples, the languages, the cultures, the trade, the sorts of goods and services that they offer. I'm sure there's like explorers and like guides and stuff. If you want to get all the way to Titan's Maw, you probably can't walk all the way there, right? You probably need like a guide of some sort. So people who are experienced in that, like guilds and stuff, explorers, that can help you. If you want to go to Mushroom Forest, I'm sure there's poisonous mushrooms there, or really, really like potent, powerful, medicinal mushrooms too as well. And so you can source some really cool really cool magical ingredients from mushroom forest. That's gonna play a part in the story, I'm sure. You can probably take them to different trading ports like Amath City or Penal or Jeslam Port. So after you source it from here, you can trade it in all sorts of different directions. I'm gonna be excited to see what some of that is like. It's gonna be incredible. And the bodies of water that we have here, just to end off the video, are about the Sea of Ice, the northernmost, the Storm Mirror Lake in the middle of the continent, the Strait of Gales, the Sea of Ice, the Storm Mirror Lake, and the Strait of Gales. Those are the three: Sea of Ice, Storm Mirror Lake, and Strait of Gales. Strait of Gales is then separated into two seas, the outer sea and the inner sea. But there's three main bodies of water here. So guys, that was incredible. Thanks for joining me for this video. I'm going to be making more in the future. Let me know down below what you want to see. And the first people to comment will definitely get a reply back. But check out the website, put in your name for the email list, and definitely stand ready to pre-order this. This is going to be a life-changing, game-breaking release when it comes out. It's going to take the entire industry by storm. And it'll be an honor to see that from the front seat while it happens. So take care for now, and catch up later. Bye-bye.